Hello and welcome back here to the Into the Mines podcast. I'm Eddie Oliver as usual. We're here with season 6, round 3, episode 3 here this season. And I'm Eddie Oliver, joined by the gang here, Riley Murray tonight, but also a special guest, which I'll let Riley do the introductions for.
Oh, alright, I didn't know I was doing an intro for him, but we got the one and only Roosters captain next season, Matty Harris. Welcome, Matty.
Good to be here. Kind of.
We'll get into that a bit
Yeah,
later.
we will get into that, eh?
Starting off the podcast this evening, we're just going to delve into the mind of Matty Harris, Manly Seagulls captain at the moment, Roosters next season, season 7. And Matty, I believe we're going to be starting off by talking about your thoughts on how you're going to run the Roosters next season.
A little bit of the same.
Oh, and also how you're feeling about it too.
Absolutely ecstatic for starters. I've been advocating for the Roosters to be in the SRL since season 1 when I started. Me running the place, it's going to be similar to how I've run Manly. Just success. That's what I want. That's what I strive for. But at the same time, like, we're all here to have fun. So I am prioritizing Roosters supporters. So if they want to get in, which I've already got a lot of messages from them anyway. There was more supporters than I thought. There's probably more. There's probably more in here than at our games, eh?
Oh wow. Well, are you gonna you think that you're gonna miss the Manly Seagulls, Matty?
Manly will always hold a special place in my heart, and I know that last time I run out for Manly in the season 6 grand final, it's gonna be bittersweet.
Yeah, I understand that. Wait, hold on. I missed that for a second. When you eventually lose the grand final to Storm, yes, you will.
I don't think you can play a grand final and also win the spoon at the same time.
Damn.
And
wait, hold on.
And Matty, your thoughts on how your rookies have been going so far this season? You know, Trey Bonsakahu scoring the match winner for you down in the Battle of Brookvale in Sydney. How's the Sheds? What's the feeling been like in the Sheds after that one?
For TBK, he's
I should be saying how are the Sheds after you losing to the Storm? My apologies, because for some reason thought you were the Storm captain.
No. No, I am not. I was spewing, of course, because I want to win every game I play. But seeing that the guy on debut got the chocolates, I was happy for him. But then the realization kicked in about what was to come. In terms of my rookies, Rex, I reckon he's been good in the limited minutes he's had. Like, he never really gets dragged back, and he's playing in the middle.
Yeah,
He's not the biggest guy. He's playing in the middle, and he's just doing a job for us, which is all we ask. You
yeah, I'm a
get
big
your
fan
job
of him.
done. You make your tackles. Lee Simon, he's only really just came into the side. He hasn't had much time to be able to show what he's got because he played 40 minutes at centre. He's going to be playing on the wing this week. Like, he'll get 40 minutes on the wing, so maybe he should show more of what he can do.
Sounds good.
Definitely. And also, the trade with bringing Daniel Punch into the side. What are you looking at for him to bring off the bench this week?
More of the same of what he used to give us. We missed him when he left. All things considered of what happened, we still missed him on the field. So just coming off the bench and excuse the pun, but giving us a bit more punch up the middle.
Lovely.
Definitely. And Riley,
Eddie, I reckon we
you'll
just stop
take
beating around the bush, mate. Just go straight to the what
I
everyone's
think
here for.
I think you're gonna. Riley mentioned in the SRL chat that there's something here that Matty Harris wanted to present, but also Riley. Do you want to run through the bet real quick, Riley and Matty, before we move on to the final segment with Matty Harris?
I think it might be best just give Matty Harris the lead. Let him explain it. He'd
Go
know
ahead,
better than
Matty.
me.
Floor's yours, brother.
So basically, what happened is in the captain's corner chat, me and Will Kaye had a bit of banter back and forth. He said, "Let's put some skin in it." I'm like, "No worries." Sent him a private message. At first, the only side of the bet was the loser was going to sing the winner's team song, which I called him out on that and said that's not fair because you've played for us for 3 seasons, so you already know our song, and it's not out of place for you to sing our song. And then I said, what if the loser goes on to the winner's podcast and talks about how much better that person is than themselves, how great they are just in general. So we had that. Then we added another stipulation, which ended up becoming a one-sided stipulation or a double-sided one. Is the if I won, Will Kaye was not allowed to stand in the way of the Daniel Punch trade. And if I lost, then I would have to sing the song because it's still a bad thing for me. But at the same time, Will Kaye, he also said like he's not going to stand in the way either way, just because at the end of the day we all want to have fun. Daniel Punch is an IRL friend of mine I've known for over a decade, so he wasn't going to stop him from coming back to us. Then we ended up losing, so he gets what he wants anyway. So.
Definitely. I reckon, without a doubt now, I reckon, Riley, is it time to roll this glorious kip? Well, you, the audience members, enjoy this here while I believe Matty's going to make his very abrupt exit from the show this evening. Thanks for joining us, Matty.
Did you want me to talk about how great he was first?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Let's quickly do that, yeah.
I'm a man of my word at the end of the day.
Yeah, of course.
So I just want to say that Will Kaye, he is the main reason we were successful. We couldn't have won without him. He's the greatest player to don the Manly jersey, and we wouldn't be who we are without him. I've never met a more smart and skillful player, and he's twice the player I will ever be. Oh.
Did you have that written down?
I had that written down at work.
Oh, there we go.
Straight from the heart. All right.
Oh, that's completely straight from the heart. And anyways, take care. I am sorry to all the viewers that have to listen to what's about to happen. Goodbye.
And here it is on the Into the Mines podcast. Matty Harris joining us. Enjoy this little clip made by him, yours truly, Matty Harris. We'll be back with you shortly to continue with the rest of the podcast afterwards.
We live to play, we play to win. We try and try, we won't say die, we won't give in. We're number one, we'll hold the line. We won't step back, we'll just attack time after time. We're lightning fast, we'll drive like rain. We won't be beat, we won't retreat, ice in our veins. We are the storm from Melbourne town, we'll blow the others off the ground. We are the storm and we're number one. Fucking kill me. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, I hate this. We'll hit them hard, we'll take them down. When this storm hits, we'll blow the others out of town. We'll push them back, we'll make them pay. Do what it takes, make no mistakes, we'll make the play. We'll show them tough, we'll show them speed. We're the winners over. I can't even say this bit, good luck. Are the storm from Melbourne town, we'll blow the others off the ground. We are the storm and we're number one. We are the storm from Melbourne town, we'll blow the others off the ground. We are the storm and we're number one. Where's the toaster? Where's the bathtub? I'm gonna run it.
And there it is. Welcome back here to the Into the Mines podcast. Eddie Oliver on the panel here this evening, joined by Riley Murray. Thanks for joining us. And again, Matty Harris, thanks for coming along. He's off now, but we're going to get delving into the 3 games that have just been played previously in the SRL Mines. And starting off on that Monday evening, it was a 1-point clash between the Gunslingers and the Melbourne Ravens. And it was Bradley Callaghan coming away with the 1-point finisher there. And what a game it was at home there for the Western Gunslingers. The Ravens away from home. It was an amazing game. We'll be showing a quick clip on that pretty shortly here on the podcast. But Riley, what a performance from the Gunslingers.
Yeah, I'm actually very proud of them. Got their first win in club history. So that's just amazing. And against heavy favourites as well, the Ravens, who have been going pretty good. I guess you might have run them a bit into the ground lately, Eddie. Or maybe not having TBK.
Well,
was
was our first loss of the season?
Well, not TBK would have been a big loss as well to the side.
Definitely.
But yeah, I think that Callaghan, Bacigalupi, sorry. He was amazing, as we all expected him to be in that lock position. I'd say he's probably one of the best players of the week, if not the best. But I think that he was the difference in that game.
And the second game of the night, we're on the Thursday evening at 5:30. We're off to PNG National Football Stadium, the home of the Stingrays, and the Cairns Firehawks away from home. And for probably the first 65 minutes of that game, we're out of it at all costs. It was a close affair, but it was just some individual efforts. Caleb J, a long-range effort at the death. Lachlan Cox to just bring it really close. In the end, it was a conversion, and it was decided off the boot of Dom Stromandinoli. It was even Stevens, but what a crowd, and what noise what amount. The PNG can put on a lot of amount of noise when they get riven up here on SRL TV, but it was the Cairns Firehawks coming away 14-12. And Riley, it was a close affair, but the Cairns Firehawks away from home got it done.
Yeah, they did, and despite the Firehawks actually getting the dub, I reckon that Cox and Sharp were the 2 best players in that game, closely followed by Jay, who's just been Mr. Consistent lately, especially on the wing. It's not easy to do. He's just been amazing, and he's going to be a great pickup as well next season for the captains. But Cox, we've talked about him. You love him. You love Cox, and he's just been great day in, day out. He couldn't get the win, but I was still very impressed with him and Sharp's performance.
Yeah, definitely. Sonny Sharp, I think he's scored tries probably every week now in the past 2. Wouldn't be surprised. He's the beating heart of the Stingrays. He has been all season. He's the man to get them on the front foot, always consistently running over for 150 metres. In the final game of the night, it was Riley's side with a desperate win against the Hamilton Swarm at Carrington Park, I believe it was. In the end, it was a very close affair for the Bathurst Blue Tongues and Swarm. There's only 4 points the difference it was there, and it was Jack Jimmy picking up a try, who has also moved to the Ravens, so it's going to be good to have him there for the game coming up, which we'll talk about soon.
We're really going to miss him over there.
The time possession, 70% to 31, and it was only 4 points scored in this whole game. Riley, I'm pretty sure you didn't go around to watching it, but this is worrying signs for both these sides.
Yeah, I missed the game because I was out when it happened. We had a bit of a weird team list. Like, probably not the team list that we would have wanted to put up. It wasn't, it was a very last minute, is what I really mean. Because we had so many ins and outs of our team just before the game. But we've made adjustments, and we're hoping that these adjustments that we've made this week will be the difference to getting more points on the board. And we love Jimmy down here. He was our captain, and sadly he's departing from us now. And it's
Hmm.
gonna be it's very big shoes to fill. He's been great, and now I've got Thomas Usher, who has been very good on the wing for the Ravens, I believe. At
Yes.
least, yeah, yeah. He's a bit of a veteran. He got probably the first crossfield try of the Mines last season as well. Don't ask me why I remember that, but
Oh, it was a try that you couldn't forget. I remember I was in the box with
yeah,
Kaye. That was
yeah,
class. Amy Park opener to welcome the Ravens to the competition, and Thomas Usher does that.
yeah. Anyway, I'm really excited for what we can do. We've lost a lot of talent in Borsons, um, and Jimmy, but we've also got Jack Tedesco in now as well, who's also pretty nice to have. I'm pretty sure we've slotted him into the halves
That's
for
handy.
the upcoming game.
Very handy that would be.
Yeah, definitely very handy, and I'm excited to see how we go. But the Swarm, they definitely put up a fight. Both teams did. It was probably not the most entertaining game to watch. Probably didn't help that we didn't have any commentary on it either.
And I
Thank you, Jilly
definitely,
Jumbers.
I was trying to see where Justin Monkey was in there as well. But moving on, we're going to be talking about the team of the week. We do not have an image for you here this evening. I'm sure Riley will be able to cook up something in the weeks ahead. But it was given to the
I
Gunslingers with that 1 point finisher. It was I was out of my seat there in the commentary box with Justin Monkey just underneath there having his little yarn about his team winning. It was the clash of the mentors with Eddie Oliver and Justin Monkey there that night. What a game it was. I've got a little clip here of the field goal, so enjoy this one before we continue moving on here with the podcast. Dalton Shorty, Didamatoni. They're within the 30 now. Where are they going? It's left. Solna not going for the kick. Are they going to go for it here? Who's in the pocket for it? Who's wanting to seal the deal? They go right. Callaghan, he takes the shot. The newcomer for the Western Gunslingers at home here at NIB Stadium. He's going to get the win. A 1 point differential here at home for the Gunslingers. The Ravens, it's in vain. They're away from home here. Victoria's not going to be alive. What a field goal that was there from Bradley Callaghan. Just 25 out in front of the stick, straight off the boot. And that went at least 40 plus meters there from the number 6. And that was his first game in a Western Gunslingers jersey, being moved due to development contract signings. And what a performance he put on. The Gunslingers team of the week. All thanks to Bradley Callaghan, Riley.
Yeah, he had a great debut game for them, and I'm very impressed with him. I'm either losing my mind or I'm pretty sure that he was at Blue Tongues before that. But yeah, he's just a great addition to the club, and I'm very glad that he was able to get a starting spot as well, still at another club.
Yeah, no, definitely. Congratulations to him. I'm gutted, but that was with Justin Monkey's side as well, who will be joining me as the VC for the Broncos in season 7. Be looking forward to that as the Broncos VC. Now, moving on here on the podcast, it's going to be talking about the rookie class performances here. And I haven't written anything down, Riley, but going off memory, we've got Trey Bonsakahu, Lee Simon, who are both debuting in the Battle of Brookvale. And what a performance it was. Trey Bonsakahu, his SRL try, we'll talk about that later. But what a game it was. It was only probably about, from memory, 2 to 6 points the difference it was. You're on the field there, Riley. You had a cracker first half yourself. What was the feeling like out there watching Trey Bonsakahu run over from the sideline?
Yeah, well, I wasn't actually on at the same time as him, so as you said, I was just watching from the sideline, but I was so happy. I was screaming, was on my feet, jumping around like a little schoolgirl when he got the ball. When he got through the line, it was a beautiful ball from Will Kaye as well. And when I saw him get over, I lost it. It's too good, just class. And I'm glad that we picked him up for our team, and glad that he gets to show off.
Yeah, no, definitely. Amazing stuff there from Trey Sakahu, Lee Simon. Just the two debutants in the SRL performing, the two brand new rookies of our competition, and just showing how much class and wealth of raw talent we have in the mines here, just waiting for their start. There's so many players who really do deserve another trick and just a chance in the SRL. And now we're going to be moving on to that try there, Trey Sakahu. The discussion, the debutant, the winner and the saviour for the Melbourne Storm. Well, I was in commentary that game with Lockie. They were screaming. They were out of their seats. Me and Lockie both were. Victoria was, Melbourne was. To see their side do that to, honestly, that there's so much class in that Manly Sea Eagles side. The ability for a rookie to tear them apart like that, break a tackle, and then turn the Chaz Dingo inside out there was just brilliant.
It definitely was, especially against the fullback like Chaz Dingo. You can't believe it, eh?
No, he definitely can't. The world-renowned Chaz Dingo at the back. He's been doing it for many seasons now for the Sea Eagles. And just to see a rookie, well, I'm presuming he's fresh, only playing 40 minutes. He didn't get many touches out there in that center position, and he just ran straight through. He had two people on the tackle, broke it. He broke away from two people in a tackle, steps around Dingo, and then straight over to the right-hand upright to score. What a try it was there. Congratulations to you there, Riley, for the win. And moving on here on the podcast, we're going to be talking about the best starting team of the week. And, well, I'm going to be talking about this backline, no doubt about it. Jack Jimmy scoring that lonely... Well, I'll start with the backline here. Lachlan Cox with one try. We'll be seeing him very shortly. Caleb J, again, scoring a long-range effort. Delaney, Seymour, Jack Jimmy. Well, Jack Jimmy coming away with tries. And both those centres, I've put them there defensively. They've been consistent for 2 weeks now, and they've been absolutely just solid for both their sides. And, the forwards here, I'm going to put, what is it, Callingham. Callingham stays there. Joseph Jackson, definitely. Callingham coming away with the field goal. And then also Buckley, in the forwards. Buckley and King. Billy King, well, he played out of his skin there this evening. Sonny Sharp, Shackelford. And I want you to talk about here, Botchaglippy again, because this man has just hit the scenes, the US international out of nowhere.
I don't know how he's done. He's came under the radar last season, not really getting much time on the field, and this season again starting off the bench and comes out flying, shows why he needs to have that starting spot because he's just been on fire. Like, I don't think anyone actually really knew how dangerous he was, and it's not easy being a half that dominates in the forward pack either, like he does, being a half playing at lock. And I think that when he makes it to the SRL, he is going to be a madman, like how he's been in the mines.
Definitely. And talking about the forwards, Lind King, King, his first, it was really a standout game for him there with Tim James in the commentary box debuting against the Firehawks. Billy King, he just ran straight up the middle, and within 20 minutes, he ran over for about 90 meters, Riley. And for a rookie forward who has under 70 speed, doing that to a team, he was breaking tackles left, right, and center. Buckley in the middle, what a player he was. He absolutely destroyed the forward pack. And honestly, I haven't seen forwards in the SRL doing that. And also, Shackelford, Sharp. Well, Sonny Sharp, the beating heart there of the Stingrays. There's no better player. He's their most consistent player for the Stingrays, Riley. And he's been doing it week in, week out, scoring tries and just being that player when the team looks lost to show them the light.
Yeah, Sharp. He's one of the most consistent second rowers, and I don't know how he managed to stay in the mines last season, or this season, sorry, because he was up there with some of the best, and he's managed to stay down in there. So I don't think it's too long until he'll get a call up, because he's just pure class. He's very consistent and always just getting the job done. And I don't know if look, I love the Blue Tongues, but I don't really agree with Shackelford. I think that he was great, one of the best players on the field for us, but I think Devon was just too great to look.
Definitely.
Yeah, you just can't look by him. I think he picked up a try, and he also was crucial to keeping the Ravens in the game.
It's just his work ethic and the way that he's able just to find meters out of nothing. No matter the time or the period of the game, you're always going to have him on your back just pushing and driving for those extra yardage meters that are going to help your side out of trouble. And moving on here to the midway point of the podcast, more to the end after the opening events here on the Into the Mines podcast. We're going to be moving to the midway try. I won't surprise you. I've probably hinted to it enough. Riley, do you want to give the viewers a quick dose of YouTube analytics before we move into this?
Oh, wait, you want me to tell them to like and subscribe?
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe, or Eddie will come to your house and find your children.
Everybody, we'll be back with you very shortly while we get a drink and freshen up here on the Into the Mines podcast. Enjoy this clip here. SRL TV now. 40 out.
Yeah.
Early kick here. Berkeley driving it. They need a good return here from Cox. He takes it on one bounce. Here goes Lachlan. What's he going to do? Steps around one. Lachlan Cox. Jasper forward. Goosey missing. Go Dozer. That's what Tim James wants. He's off to the races underneath the sticks. The home side's alive. PNG National Football Stadium is. They're screaming at the TV there in PNG.
What
Their
a
star
try.
fullback is on the board.
What a try, Eddie. That took me out of my seat there. Just off with the races, mate. What a try for Cox. Mate, he really got up there. Good efforts, Cox, mate. Wow. What a try.
And that was Tim James, the man in the commentary box, delving you guys through the analytics with that one. What a try it was. Lachlan Cox, they're on the back foot. They're down by 2 points. And to come out with a try out of nothing, I said in commentary, they need him to do something here. He steps around one, and he outpaces Jasper Farwood out the back there, Riley. And he just hit the afterburners, and as he flew away, so did the crowd there in PNG National Football Stadium.
Man, he's just been so consistent. I'd say he's probably the best fullback in the Mines at the moment. And there's a lot of competition with that as well. It's not easy, but he's just been on fire, hasn't he?
You know, definitely has. And talking about competition with fullbacks, you'd add Kenny Tiawa into that list, and also Riley Flynn. You know, the Swarm and Ravens, both those fullbacks have been consistent as always, and always producing the goods for their side. Might not be consistently scoring tries like Lachlan Cox did there, but definitely just getting those yardage meters out of trouble to get their side on the front foot is definitely what they needed. And moving on into the Goat of the Week, I'm going to be giving it to that man, to Billy King. Just what a player he was, and I was honestly so surprised with his first stint there against the Firehawks. He honestly got the Stingrays on the front foot early and then drove them straight up the field for the class of the halves to just get in and do their work. I know you didn't catch the game, Riley, but for a person who has under 70 speed, running for over 150 meters in that game, to your eyes, that must be such an effort.
Yeah, it's not easy. And, you know, us forwards, you wouldn't really understand, Eddie, because you're like a poor excuse for a forward being a hooker. But, yeah, it's not easy doing that and running that many meters. It's just he's shown some glimpses of greatness and shown kind of just this is what the Mines is for, right? Showing why you deserve to have a call up and have a dev contract and be brought into the SRL.
You know, definitely there, and he's just showing the way and just what the Mines competition does for the SRL with bringing up new rookies. It just gives them a chance to shine on a stage where everybody's at an equal level, and the ability to do that to players when you're so new, you're fresh, you're raw, and he knows how to play like that. Oh, this man is in for a season and an amazing career in the SRL. You'd have to agree.
Yeah, for sure. He's going to be up there.
He definitely will be. And as we're moving on to the sort of inward point here of the podcast this evening, we'll be talking about the games that are coming up in round 4. And on your Monday afternoon tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be heading over to FMG Stadium Waikato to watch the Hamilton Swarm taking on the Pacifica Stingrays. The Stingrays coming away with a loss, but they had a lot of good moments in that game with Swarm not putting on any points. Riley, this could be a thoroughfare here for the Stingrays.
Oh yeah, it could. It's definitely something that they need to look at. It's I can't even talk about it, Eddie. Why don't you take this one? I've been
Definitely,
answering all
the,
the
the
questions
Hamilton
so far.
Swarm, Pacifica Stingrays. The Stingrays, well, they've just got the class and they've shown it in the past few rounds. They're able to score points. They're able to put a scoring on sides. The Swarm, coming off of a loss, not being able to find tries, I'm sure that the leadership group over there will be yelling at them over there in Auckland and in Hamilton specifically to get your game going, because this side isn't going to play around with you. They're going to come out of the sheds and just be straight with you, straight to the point. They'll go straight through the middle with King, and then they'll just spread it out wide to their Class and Sharp and Cox. And they could definitely put a scoring on. Riley, I'm going to go with the Stingrays in this game.
Yeah, look, both teams outside of Australia, it's hard to pick. Man, it's not easy, is it? I think I'm gonna go with Stingrays. Cox, I think will be the difference.
Definitely there. Okay, and then on your Thursday evening, it's going to be the Cairns Firehawks against the Western Gunslingers. Both sides coming away with wins against their respective opponents, and also they're both actually very close wins as well. No side's really showing an 80-minute performance. Honestly, Riley, I wouldn't be surprised if this game is very similar to the one that the Western Gunslingers just came through. We might have another golden point scenario on our hands.
Yeah, I think it's likely, but if I had to choose one, both teams have been very good, but I think I'll go with the Gunslingers to go back to back with their wins.
Definitely, Gunslingers go back-to-back there with, Botchaglippy in the middle. He's just going to
Yeah.
create hassle with that Firehawks forward pack. But also, they do need to watch out for the brilliance and the indecisiveness of Caleb J. He's able to score tries from anywhere. He's only played about 2 or 3 games in his SRL career, and he's showing us that. But I just see too much of a team effort from the Gunslingers last week to come away with that winning golden point against the Ravens. I'll be going Gunslingers there. And moving on to the final game of the week, it will be actually at Amy Park, and it's going to be the Melbourne Storm up against the Bathurst Blue Tongues.
Melbourne Ravens, you mean?
Melbourne Ravens, my apologies. We're not in the SRL
Oh, mate,
here.
it's your team. It's your team.
Melbourne Ravens against the Bathurst Blue Tongues, and that's me and Riley actually becoming rivals here, both our sides. It's going to be very biased, Corley. I'm going to be going with the Melbourne Ravens. They're able to score points, and we just need to make sure that we hold on to our lead, which I've been drilling into them this week, and getting those upgrades right. Riley, I just can't see the Blue Tongues getting over. You've lost Jack Jimmy, you've lost Borsons, you've lost a lot of class. We've lost Trayvon Sakahu, but we've had Jack Jimmy come in for us, and we're going to have Caleb Jeff coming back next week. And also, congratulations to John Bakers, who'll be captaining the side for this 1 week as Caleb Jeff is out doing SRL, making his SRL debut, which we'll be talking about next week's podcast. But Riley, your thoughts on who's going to take it away here? An unbiased opinion.
Unbiased opinion, Blue Tongues, easily. 13 plus probably. But look, we may have lost a lot of talent, but we're still getting it. We're still getting it in. We've got the likes of James Tedesco, no, Jack Tedesco, and Thomas Usher. I reckon that they'll be able to do a good job filling in. We got Lachlan McKinnon back last week, which is just huge. I don't know if you remember him, Eddie, but he was Blue Tongue's faithful old centre, and
I do.
he wasn't able to do his upgrades earlier in the season, so he did get out, but he's come back and he's better than ever, and he's actually our captain again, and well, the captain now. So I reckon that we'll be able to get it done.
Definitely. It's going to be a very close contest, in my opinion. If the Blue Tongues can turn around, find some points, find a bit of combinations and working there with Jack Tedesco, because he can shine as he has shown in the SRL. But I'm going to go with the Ravens. Riley's going to go with the Blue Tongues, and we're going to be heading off here on your Sunday night here on the Into the Mines podcast. Thank you very much for joining us. There's a bit of a wayward start, but a very, very good kind. I'm Eddie Oliver, joined by Riley Murray as usual. Hopefully we'll be getting Will Kaye back next week. Fingers crossed. As always, enjoy your evening and stay tuned for next Sunday, as we'll be having our next podcast again the same time, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you then. Riley Murray, well, you can do the outro, brother.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hug your mothers, or Eddie will do it for you. Thank you for joining us. Have a good one, everyone.